Ever feel like your mind is a messy room cluttered with worries, to-do lists, and old baggage? You're not alone. We all carry so much around in our heads day in and day out. But what if I told you that the key to unlocking your true potential, finding clarity and experiencing deep peace isn't about adding more, but about letting go? It's about emptying your mind. This might sound strange, but stick with me, because today we are going to explore a simple story with a profound lesson that could genuinely change your life. There's an old story about a brilliant, highly educated professor who traveled a great distance to meet a famous Zen master. The professor was eager to learn the secrets of enlightenment and had prepared a long list of sophisticated questions. When he arrived at the monastery, he was welcomed by the master, who invited him for a cup of tea. As the master began to pour the tea, the professor immediately launched into his prepared speech. He talked about all the books he'd read, the philosophies he'd studied, and his own complex theories about the nature of existence. He spoke without pausing, his words filling the small room, eager to impress the master with his vast knowledge. The master listened patiently, a gentle smile on his face. He continued to pour the tea, even as the professor's cup became full. The tea started to overflow, spilling over the rim, onto the saucer, and then onto the table. The professor, finally noticing the mess, exclaimed, "Stop! The cup is full. It can't hold any more tea." The master stopped pouring, looked the professor in the eyes, and said calmly, "Like this cup, you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" That moment of stunned silence for the professor is the moment I want us to think about today. How many of us are walking around with a full cup? We're so full of our past mistakes, our anxieties about the future, our preconceived notions, and the endless noise from the world around us. We want new ideas, new opportunities, new happiness to come into our lives, but there's simply no room. We're like that professor, so busy talking and thinking that we can't truly listen or receive. Emptying your mind doesn't mean becoming thoughtless or ignorant. It means creating space. It's about letting go of the mental clutter that weighs you down and clouds your judgment. Think about it. When your mind is overflowing, you can't think clearly. Small problems feel like huge crises. You feel stressed, overwhelmed, and stuck. You're constantly reacting to things based on old patterns instead of responding to the present moment with fresh eyes. But when you learn to empty your cup, everything changes. You create a space for creativity to flow in. You find innovative solutions to problems because you're not stuck in old ways of thinking. You become a better listener, both to others and to your own intuition. That quiet inner voice, the one that knows what's best for you, finally has a chance to be heard. You start living in the present, truly experiencing the richness of the moment instead of being haunted by the past or worried about the future. So how do we actually do this? How do we empty our cup in a world that's constantly trying to fill it? It's a practice, not a one-time fix. It starts with awareness. The first step is to simply notice how full your cup is. Pay attention to your thoughts. Are they productive and positive, or are they just repetitive loops of worry and self-criticism? One powerful technique is mindfulness meditation. Even just 5 minutes a day can make a huge difference. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. As thoughts come up, and they will, don't fight them. Don't judge them. Just acknowledge them, like clouds passing in the sky, and gently guide your focus back to your breath. Each time you do this, you're practicing the art of letting go. It tells your brain, "I've got this handled. You can relax now." Spending time in nature is also a fantastic way to empty your mind. Go for a walk without your phone. Listen to the birds, feel the wind on your skin. Nature has a way of putting things into perspective and quieting the internal chatter. It reminds us that we are part of something much bigger than our own little worries. And finally, be mindful of what you're consuming. Just as the master poured the tea, we are constantly pouring information into our minds. Social media, news, opinions from others. Be selective. Unfollow accounts that make you feel anxious or inadequate. Limit your exposure to negativity. Choose to fill your cup with things that are uplifting, inspiring, and aligned with the person you want to become. Like the professor in the story, we often think that the answer is to acquire more knowledge, more possessions, more control. But the true path to wisdom and peace is through subtraction, not addition. It's about letting go of what no longer serves you to make room for what will. Your mind is a sacred space. It's a garden. If you let it get overgrown with weeds, you'll have no room for beautiful flowers to grow. The practice of emptying your mind is the act of weeding that garden. It takes effort, and you have to do it regularly. But the result is a life filled with more clarity, peace, and boundless potential. So I invite you today to ask yourself, what's in my cup? What are the old stories, limiting beliefs, or worries that are filling you up and holding you back? And what is one small step you can take right now to start emptying it? Maybe it's a 5-minute meditation. Maybe it's a walk in the park. Maybe it's just taking 3 deep breaths and letting go of a worry you've been carrying all day. Start there. Empty your cup and see what wonderful new things the universe has waiting to pour into it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What was one thing you were going to do to empty your cup? Take care, and I'll see you next time.